Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 79. So I'm going to try to make this pretty quick. I just dropped my daughter off at preschool and had to gather all this stuff up to show you. And so if I'm done quick, I have more time to do stuff before I have to go get my middle schooler from school. So also I think I might be getting sick because my voice feels kind of funny. So another reason to keep it fast. So today, I just want to show you the two, main things I've been working on, like the one unfinished project, and then the one, theme of stuff to make for possible craft fairs in the future. So I do have those two, baby blankets I'm still working on, but I'll just do those separate because those are both really close to being done. So when I get those done, I might just make little clips of them before I mail them off, or I might do a video. We'll see. Okay, so the unfinished project for this last time was the ghost, and I apologize for the last video. I was all confused about who the pattern was by, because I bought this pattern, which is the Flowy Ghost pattern by Peach Penguin Crochet, and I got it off Etsy or whatever. And then after that, Teresa's Crochet Shop made a ghost similar, but it's way cuter. Like, he has little arms and he can hold a little pumpkin, and like she makes his face all cute with like the eyebrows and stuff. So that's why I was confused, because I remembered her pattern thinking how cute it was, and then I had this pattern already started, and yeah. But anyway, so I showed you the two pieces. I discovered I was done with both pieces. I just needed to weave in the ends, and then you kind of sew these together in a little flower, depending on how much pleats you want, I guess. And then I was just working on this in the car. I was like, that should take like 20 minutes. I'll just do it while I'm waiting for my kids to get out of school. And so while I was weaving in the ends, I just went straight into sewing it together, and I forgot to put the eyes in first. So they're not actually like attached. I'll probably just I'm just going to keep this for me. So I'll maybe just put some glue in there and attach them that way. But the backs aren't on it because he almost looks like a little elephant right there. But but yeah, so he's done. Like I said, it took like 20 minutes to finish. So that's what a lot of these are, is like they're really close to done, and I don't know why I didn't just finish them. So Flowy Ghost pattern is done. So I spun the wheel, and I'll pop it up here if I remember. I don't think I remember last time. But the next thing that came up was it's the Snow Not Knit Toque. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's a word for beanie, by A Naughty Habit Designs. Now, I bought this pattern when I was getting ready for my fall festival craft fair at the end of September, and I started this on our cruise, which was the end of August, beginning of September, that week, and just to like work on like either on the airplane or just when we were just hanging out in our room, and it seemed to take forever, which is why it's not done, because I wanted to make hats for the craft fair because I didn't have a ton. I didn't sell any anyway because it was like hot, but yeah, anyway, so I wanted to try this pattern because I was like, oh, that'll be a fast, thing to make, and I can make a bunch of them. I just felt like it took forever, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I think I like top-down hats better than like the rectangle ones, and this is a rectangle one. So this is what it looks like right now. It's got a cool texture. She calls for a size 6 yarn, I think like Thick and Quick, line brand Thick and Quick, or Woolies or whatever. I used just this Red Heart tweed, but I triple stranded it, like the way you do, like you make the little S thing, so you're still using one ball of yarn, because I wasn't packing lots of yarn on the plane. And it calls for a 10mm hook. I don't remember if that's what I'm using or not. And it has a bunch of different sizes in the pattern for different, like, kids to adults to like large adults. It's not difficult. It's mostly like half double crochets and slip stitches, I think. I didn't reread the pattern just now, but I think it's almost done, because like I don't want to put it on, but it also feels like one of those that might be really tall. I don't know. I'm kind of picky about that sometimes, but it's almost done. I need to go through a read or count how many stitches I have to see which size I was doing, and then see where I'm at in the pattern. If I need to, if it's one of those that you can add extra rows, because I think I was to the point where I was like, I think I've made it to the pattern, but it wasn't going to fit me like around, so I was going to add a few extra rows is what I think I was at. I don't know, we'll see. So that's my project to finish sometime in the next few weeks, because you know I can't be on a normal schedule like Terry does and does it every Friday. I can't do that. So okay, so for the craft fair items this week was birds. It was pretty generic. I did remember, like, I just wanted to just like, so not chickens because that's their own category, and not like penguins and owls because those are winter and fall things. Like, that's just where I put them. So yeah, just like generic birds, and then like rubber ducks I also had in there because at my last year in like April I did a craft fair and people asked if I had any ducks because they like are Jeep drivers, you know. And I didn't have any like rubber ducks. I had some different kind of ducks, but they weren't what they were looking for. So I used 3 different patterns. Since we're talking about ducks, I guess I'll start there. So this first duck, I'm saying duck funny, is by, it's called Robert the Rubber Duck by Alter Ego Crochet. I follow her on Instagram, and so I bought these off of Etsy when she was having a sale. It comes with a like acrylic version and a chenille yarn version, and I read through them. They seem almost the same, but slight, like very slight differences. Okay, let me put the box down. So I just made 2, and this is what they look like. It is no sew. You make this little beak thing first, and then you attach it as you go around. This one, I think I put his eyes too close to the beak. I like because like when it's sideways, I don't know, they're both kind of in the front. I don't know what this one is doing. His beak seems fluffier. Maybe I left too many ends in there. But I used Parfait Chunky for this one, and this one is some Adorable from Hobby Lobby. So it's a little bit bigger and a little bit like, oh, that's not going to show up. Like the texture is just different. I don't know. Like it has that like white velvety-ish to it that the Parfait Chunky doesn't. And I used bigger eyes on that one too, because he came out a little bit bigger. So that's this one. And then I was like, I swear I had a pattern for a smaller rubber duck somewhere, because I can't decide if I like the shape of him or not. This one turned out a little bit better, I feel like, for like the roundedness of this part, whereas he's just kind of flat down. Maybe I didn't stuff it super well. I don't know. Anyway, so I remembered, I was like, I had another duck pattern somewhere, and it took me forever to remember where it was, because I have things saved in random spots. But it's by sweetsofties.com, and she has a little tutorial, so it's on YouTube too, probably. But I just went to her website and watched the tutorial there. So same thing, I used the 2, Parfait Chunky and the yarn bead, and this is what they look like. Her pattern does have wings. For these ones I chose to leave the wings off just to kind of make it look more like a rubber duck, and it's also no sew. The beaks, I don't love the beaks for some reason. They're not like 3D like the other one, and for like this one, like where you slip stitch, I don't know, it like, whoops, it left like a little loopy there, so I feel like that looks weird. This one, I felt like I put the eyes too far down, even though she said she does it on the same row as her beak, but then this one I put 1 row higher, and I like that better. So, I don't know. But I do like having different sizes of things, so either by making the same pattern in like Parfait Chunky and like blanket yarn, or, you know, finding 2 different patterns that look similar So sorry my lighting's all weird, like every time I move back and forth. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so I made these two. So those are my rubber duckies. Then the rest of these birds are by Annie Caraway. I think she's the one that I have the loaf cat pattern from. I don't know. I've bought another pattern or have another pattern from her. And it's called Birdie Friends. And it's a pretty thorough pattern of lots of different color combinations of all these different birds you can make. Her pattern is designed to be used with burnout blanket yarn, which was my original plan. And then I come down here and I was like, I don't have any of the right colors for any of those birds. For hardly any of those birds. So I mostly made a bunch out of Parfait Chunky, so they're a little bit smaller, but like I said, I like having both. And then I do have a few with the blanket yarn. So let me move the duckies out of the way. And her pattern has a lot, like she even has chickens and owls and penguins, so I'll probably use her pattern again when I do those things. But she has like single color, double color, like 3 color, like, and then some of them have lots of like designs, like added things after, little frills on the top, things like that. So it is no sew also. What should we start with? I'm trying to decide if I want to show you the each, I don't know. I'll show you both kinds at the same time. Here we go. So this is the robin. This is the Parfait Chunky, and this is mostly not burnout blanket yarn because she says it's supposed to be taupe color for this dark brown, and I could not find it anywhere. I think it's discontinued. Well, I think Hirschner's had it, but I didn't want to just order one ball of yarn. So my mom was coming to town that weekend for a day, or like a day, and I was like, hey, before he leave today, do you have time to go to Hobby Lobby? Because they had the Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion, this coffee color, and then this light color is hummus. So I had her get me a few of these, like 3 of these, and then one of this one, because some of the other birds have that darker brown. So anyway, so this one is one of the ones that's a little more complicated with the belly, so you're doing a lot of color changes, so a lot of cutting. These are baubles that you'd make as you go, and then you add the beak later. So there's this one. So they're cute. My daughter thought they were owls, but I was like, no, the red it makes them a robin. Okay, so there's the robin. I didn't make one of each of both kinds because I didn't have the right colors, like I said. So then one of the things I wanted to make was eagles, because I feel like that's a fun 4th of July thing. So here's the Parfait Chunky one, and here is the blanket yarn one. And so these ones are a little easier, just the 2 colors. Whoa, it's pretty easy to switch that. Not as many color changes around like the belly and stuff. The next one I have 2 of is the mallard duck. And so here's the Parfait Chunky. His eyes I did a little closer together. Oh, I just realized I did his beak wrong. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. Because the ducks have sideways beaks like this one. And like the other birds have the up and down. Like this one. So I need to fix his beak because that's gonna bother me. Yeah, it should be sideways. But yeah. And then, so I have 2 more of the Parfait Chunky ones. This one is a pigeon. This is supposed to be like a light gray, but it's kind of almost got like a bluish tint to it. And then fuzzies. And then like purple and this tealish color. And then I made a blue jay, and this is the only one that I did that had these frills on the top. But I did oval eyes on him. I think they're supposed to be noses. But I thought they were cute. And once again, this one's a little more color changey because you do all this different colors, then you do a round of black, then you do all this color changes. So lots of color changes, lots of cutting and tying on the inside, unless you try to like just carry it through, which I worry that'll change how it stuffs when it's like connected inside. So I think I usually cut and tie. So lots of fluff everywhere. So yeah, I think that's everything for birds. It's not, I mean, a lot more than I got done for snakes, so I will be happy with that. Obviously, I guess it would depend on how well they sell. Like, if I knew, I would want to make more of some or the other. Or like, she had designs for like budgies and cockatiels and flamingos and peacocks and a woodpecker and a raven, and then, like I said, the owls and the penguins and the chickens. So lots of things, but I just tried to go with the ones that I thought we were more likely to see, or like people around me. Like, we don't really have woodpeckers. Like, I don't know who would really want a raven. Maybe around Halloween time, I don't know. Like, and like the peacocks and flamingos, to me, the shape of these weren't like the right shape to make those personally. So, but they're so cute. So yeah, so the next thing, I spun the wheel and it came up with chickens. So I'll be making more birds, which is funny. So I will try to make some of her chickens like these, just because I'm already used to the pattern. You might as well. I have purchased the Mabel chicken pattern in the past, and I think there's one more on Pinterest that I wanted to try. And so it's chickens and chicks is what so we have like, yeah, chickens and chicks. I do kind of want to make like mini Mabel chickens. I've made smaller ones in the past using like just acrylics or like fur yarns and stuff. But she has a pattern for a mini one, but it only comes in a bundle with the big huge mommy one, which is bigger than the original Mabel. And I don't really feel like buying that because I know I'm never gonna make the giant one. So I don't know, unless you guys have a pattern for a mini chicken that's like the Mabel chicken, if you want to share that with me, because I couldn't find one that I really liked that was similar enough that you could still make with the plush yarn, but it's smaller. So anyway, I think that is everything. So it's under 20 minutes, yay. I will hopefully get done with those baby blankets soon. I do technically still have something I need to finish that's like way old that I promised my daughter I'd make, that I want to try to finish before I start on the chickens. Hopefully I can be motivated enough to do that, because I've just been really tired at night before bed, so I haven't gotten a whole lot done the past few days. I mean, my kids had a 4-day weekend, which means staying up later for them, which means I'm like way tired when they are in bed. So, and then plus feeling like I'm getting sick. So we'll see what I get motivated to do in the next few days before I start on the chickens. But yeah, so I hope you liked the birds and the ghost, and can look forward to the hat and the chickens for next time. Or the baby blankets for next time. We'll see what gets done first. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.